What's happening, everybody? It's Trey here, joined by my dad Sean. Today on Reactions to the Classics, we are going to be doing a little ranking. We decided to rank after we did all our Beatles reviews, which I will link down in the description below. You can check out all our track-by-track reviews of every Beatles album. And we decided to rank every George Harrison-led vocal track that he did. So in total, it was 28 songs.
It was, and it was quite the endeavor, guys. It took us an hour and a half just to do this and compare songs. So this is not something we just took lightly. Very difficult battle in the top three. Took us quite a bit of time on listening to those over and over to choose. You could convince me to flip them all around at the top three. So if you're upset about it, just know that it was difficult for us and we had to choose something at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing that you notice too going through is like how many good tracks that every member of the group really had, and you know how you ask us in a week, this list is gonna look different probably. And so before we get into the countdown, y'all, we wanted to just make a little quick note about George, his MVP album, and just him personally. For me, George, he might be my favorite Beatle just personally. Not musically, that's gonna be Lennon for me, but personally, I think George has just got a great demeanor about him. Interviews I've seen with him. A quieter guy, but still outspoken in his beliefs and would go up at times against Paul and John, you know.
Yeah, and as time went on, he went more and more as he got more confident. I mean, he's by far the most improved, if we got the most improved award. I mean, John and Paul were always great. I mean, honestly, from the time they started on Please Please Me, they were great. But George, the ascension that he had, but I think when you're around people who are absolutely extraordinary, you're either going to fade away and fall off, or you're going to rise with them, and he rose with them. So
absolutely.
And as we listen to this, you can really tell when you go through this countdown the ascension he had just as we play song by song.
And I think one thing that sometimes is forgotten in a sense by some Beatles fans is how good he is on the guitar.
Yeah, I agree.
And that was definitely apparent even on A Hard Day's Night and some of the earlier work as well, and that just continued to ramp up, incorporating the sitar, incorporating the Indian instruments through the mid-60s was a huge thing that happened just in Western music and an influence.
And he worked really hard on that guitar work, because in my research on all these albums, the early ones, he would stay at the studio later, and you know, Jeff Emmerich would talk about how, you know, it took George a long time on this one, but he just continued to hammer it out and then learn the sitar, and then just became incredibly gifted at his craft and incredibly gifted as a songwriter as well.
Yeah, and that'll take us to the MVP album. I think it's got to be Abbey Road. I mean, he put out two with Something and Here Comes the Sun. Those are two of the top 10 Beatles tracks, I think. And for him to put off his only solo songs on that record, on their, you know, last recorded album, I think that's got to make him, that's his MVP album.
We agree on that, so there's nothing to debate there. There will be on some of these other videos, but nothing to debate there, 100% agree.
All that to say, y'all, here is our countdown, the top 28 George Harrison lead vocal tracks for the Beatles. Let us know what you think, and
let us know. Let the debate begin.
Yeah, exactly. And enjoy, y'all, and we will see you next time.
Romance is so important to you. She'll never hold your hand. If it's funny, try and understand. Gotta hit it again today. You know my temperature's right. Girl, I do. I want you in. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Everybody the kind that you can't see. Too much and I like you. You've tried before to leave. Making away, don't care what goes on around. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you long to hear, to see. So go away, leave me alone. Don't bother me without you. So come on back and see. One day all you say, I'll never love her, maybe someday. track. What chords I play, what words I say, your time of this. But you see now I'm too much in love. What you want to do?